Hello and welcome to card number 10 for September's virtual stamp camp. And it's been a crazy day already. I can't believe it's 5 o'clock. It feels like it should be about noon or maybe even 10 a.m. But it's been busy here. Harvest is on underway in full swing, however you want to put that. And so a lot of times my time is not my own. So I'm going to make quick work out of giving you today's card, so that way I can probably run right back out to the field and help out where needed. So we'll see where that takes me, and hopefully I get my card done before I get summons. So hi Donna, hi Lois, thanks for joining. So before I get started though, I do want to just remind you that tomorrow, well, if you're a night owl, tonight, our time, if you live where I live, 1 a.m. tonight, if you're a night owl, and there's a 15% 24-hour sale starting. So if you're a normal person, order anytime tomorrow before 1 a.m. our time. So Wednesday's the big sale, 15% off some select stamps, but there's quite a list. And so that helped me kind of focus and figure out what I needed to work on today, or what I should bring out and make a card with for you guys today. Hi Ashley, thanks for joining in. Not to be confused though with what's coming up. So this isn't until October, and it's such a gorgeous day. It doesn't seem like October is going to be happening next week. But when October comes, there's going to be a designer series paper sale. It's one of my favorite sales of the whole entire year because I love Stampin' Up's designer series paper, all those pretty papers, all those different color combinations and such. So on my Facebook page here earlier today, I put a link up that you can click on, and then that will show you all these. Here they are, all these great designs. Some are 6x6, some are 12x12, and also a great variety. Some are in the annual catalog, some are in the holiday catalog. And as I look through it, sometimes I'm like, oh, those aren't my favorites, but all of these are like right at the top of my list. So I will be getting more of lots of these when they go on sale October 1st. So like I said, that gives you over a week to plan for that. Tomorrow's a stamp sale, upcoming is the designer series paper sale. But the reason why I want to let you know that right away is if you're looking at putting together an order for tomorrow, and a lot of it could be stamps because they're 15% off maybe, then you might go, oh, I'm gonna get some paper, and I'd hate for you to be disappointed to find out that, oh, next week is a paper sale, and you put that on your order too. So if you're thinking of divvying it out or separating it, that's why I wanna let you know, because I always like to plan my sales and specials that way too when I'm shopping. So today, card number 10, I do 10 cards for Stamp Camp, and so today is my last card. Hello Wendy. And so it's always kind of bittersweet that it's like I'm already to the end and such, but that's how it is. And this is my card for today. So if you like purple, that will be right up your alley. Hi Sharon, hi Linda. So I'm pulling together 2 stamp sets that are going to be on tomorrow's sale. So Butterfly Gala and Comfort for Hope. So those 2 will be 15% off. And I wasn't sure how, like if this one would be too happy friendly to go with this that's more of a sincere, kind of a quieter type sentiment stamp set. So I think I was able to pull it together the way I wanted to, and the colors really helped with that too. So I wanted to do something with color again. I feel like some of the things have been spooky with Halloween or kind of muted or fall colors. So to bring in some purple today was a good way to kind of round out the group of 10 cards that I'm putting together for September's virtual stamp camp. Hi Rosina, hi Linda, thanks for joining in, and Tori too. Okay, so let me get my camera angle moved around here for you guys. So hopefully, whoops. Oh, what did I do? I know you can still see me. There we go. There we go. I was like, oh boy, I've never seen kind of that angle at that point. Okay, so once again, here is today's card using Comfort and Hope and Butterfly Gala. And so the 2 stamp sets are both going to be on sale tomorrow with the percentage off sale. And Let me just move that out of the way. So Butterfly Gala, if you like to follow along, it's on in the annual catalog here on page 79. There are lots of stamps in this set, and it coordinates with the butterfly punch. It's not a bundle, savings of 10%, but the punch is really great for these. And then it shows you which ones, they actually come together. So like when you punch this and this, these stamps are connected, these stamps are connected, these stamps are connected, and so are these. So it makes stamping and punching out very easy. Thank you, Lisa. And then Comfort and Hope. So I was going to tell you, this one has been around for a while, Butterfly Gala. It's been around, I don't know if it's been quite 2 years, but I like to let you know that in case you think, do I already have that one? Comfort and Hope is a newer stamp set, and that one was just released, and it's on page 88. So that one's new with this catalog. So lots of nice texture stamps in there, and you guys know how much I love those added benefits of the texture stamps, because it just kind of makes the card feel complete and such when you add some of those in there too. So those are two of the stamps. I had quite a bit off the list that are going to be on sale tomorrow, so I thought, okay, that didn't help me narrow it down too much, but a little bit. And then of course there's already some on the list that are going to be on sale tomorrow that I haven't bought yet. Tomorrow could be where I take away the yet part of that statement. Okay, so playing with lots of purple and bringing in some gray granite. You guys, if you've heard, I love using grays and purples together, and it's always fun kind of trying to figure out which grays and purples for which occasion work out the best. And so for today, gray granite really kind of filled. I didn't want anything as light as smoky slate or as dark as the basic grays. So that's why I kind of pulled that in, and I think it's the perfect fit. I'm going to start with this gorgeous grape color, and this is going to go on the base, but before I do that, this is the only time I'm using my machine today, and it's just going to be to emboss this with the Old World Paper 3D embossing folder. And so this I'm just putting in a 4" by 5 1/4 piece of gorgeous grape. And then because this is 3D, I follow the guidelines on here that say I just need platform number 1 and platform number 4. And I'm just going to put that in between there like so. And then that just rolls right through nice and easy. Let me pull that out. So what I love about this folder, nice deep embossing on there. And then where you're going to put your adhesive, that stays nice and flat too. So kind of the best of both worlds. It's not too hard to get a good stick from your adhesive. So for my card base, this color is the Highland Heather, and those dimensions are 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's 8 1/2 cut the long way and then scored in the middle at the 5 1/2. So I think I'm ready to just take my adhesive and put that layer down. Like I say, anytime I know I'm ready to do that step, I like to do it just to have less cardstock on my workspace and less chance of getting ink on that. Do you guys ever drop your stamps that are inked up on something and it just like, oh, so frustrating. Okay, so I have the gorgeous grape on the Highland Heather. These two colors go together so well that I love that even if this was a card base and this was the next layer, they just always coordinate super well. Yes, and Sharon, so many people say purple makes me happy, purple's my favorite color, so that's always nice too. So this I'm going to set aside, and next I'm going to focus my stamping on just this little piece here, which is, oh, let's see. Oh yeah, 4 1/4 by 2.75. And the reason I remember those measurements, if you cut paper in half, it's going to be 4 1/4. And if you want this way, so 2 of those. And then if you want equal shares, 2.75 is 4 of these all the way across. So you could make 8 cards. I'm doing the math out loud. You could make 8 cards like this and use up this sheet without any waste at all of this part of it. Hi, Kim. Hi, Deb. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so that measurement is what we're going to do all the stamping on. And for this, I like to start with the dark color and the sentiment and kind of build around that. So I'm going to take my Comfort and Hope stamp set there. It kind of looks like Coke bottle glasses when it's mounted on my acrylic block here. So Comfort and Hope, I'm just going to stamp out like so. And there too, I love, whoops, there, let's get it in the camera. I like the font because it's nice and clear, nothing too fancy. It's very easy to read. So I love fonts and sizes like that. Hi, Sherry, thanks for joining in. Okay, next I'm going to go with that coordinating but lighter color, the Highland Heather. And I'm using, if you can see here, lots of stamps today, lots and lots of stamps. So I think as I finish, I'm just gonna put it aside. So then I'll feel like by the time I get done, if I've used them all up, then I'll know that they're used up. Okay, so then I'm going to next take my little kind of circle swag there and just tap that into my Highland Heather. And I'm going to kind of circle the word hope. And that's going to, just so you know, that's going to, actually, I think I want it over a little bit. I don't like how that and is covered up. So let me start over. I don't know if I've ever done that where I've had to just start over. It wasn't the worst, but I know I can do better. And so I like to show you guys how that sometimes works. Okay, Comfort and Hope, you saw that. And then I'm going to circle that and do a better job of it. There we go, Comfort and Hope. So there we go. And so you can see where it's not as sharp there. That's not a flaw or anything. Part of the design that comes with that is where it's kind of etched out because it's meant to kind of be a wreath for these fun little things here, these little sprigs. And so that's where my gray granite comes into play. And I'm just going to tap that on the ink pad, stamp it off, and then I'm just going to kind of cover up my word hope, but then get those little sprigs also within there. So you probably go from did I kind of not get it stamped out well to now it feels like it's filled in, and it doesn't take away at all from the word hope. So that helps too. So hi, Linda, how are you? Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't get anything like ink on there. It looks like I have a smudge, but I think it's okay. Okay, so then next I'm going to take that light Highland Heather. When my ink pads are all lined up, they almost look the same color, so I have to do a double take. Hello, Tristan. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to take, once again, kind of another just design element here, and I'm going to stamp that out and underneath the Comfort. So that's just done in that lighter color just to add more texture and kind of keep building. And then the other stamp that I always think is the best is the little dots. And so little dots are like my favorite parts of stamp sets sometimes. And I don't want this to get too light, so I'm going to just kind of dab that off before I stamp. And then I'm going to stamp it kind of a few times. And kind of, it's on there, but not overpowering. And then a nice subtle background here in that Hope for Comfort is this kind of grid look to it too. So I'm just gonna tap that on the ink pad, stamp it, and then without re-inking, kind of just go off to the side again too. This kind of reminds me almost of those eye charts. Better one, better two, across, up and down. So that's just kind of a nice subtle look, and that's going to be kind of covered up with our butterfly too, which I think we are ready to build because, like I said, I'm stamping and pushing away. So so the Hope and Comfort, that was a cling mount stamp set. So I've used all the images that I want to use from there so far. And then I'm going to move to the Butterfly Gala. That one is a photopolymer. So then I'm getting my Stampin' Mat to give it a really nice crisp image there. And the butterflies, like I said, all of the butterflies, there's 4 of them on the stamp set. The small and the large stamp out. The stamps are on the same stamp, so they stamp out at the same time, which is great when you're punching them out. So I'm going to ink that up in the darker Gorgeous Grape color. And then stamping them on my stamp mat helps because, Paul, I hope that didn't interrupt the the progress of my video here. We'll see. Okay, never had that happen. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so this is where having those, let me get my arms around the camera, having those two butterflies on here at the same time, being able to punch them out at the same time is great. So I line it up and they both fly away right out of the punch. Okay, so I have those done in the Gorgeous Grape, and then I just want to add a little bit of filler. So the filler is going to be that gray granite. That's what I chose. I did start with filling it in with the Highland Heather because they look so well together, but I just didn't like the way the Highland Heather looked. So I'm taking gray granite, inking it up, stamping it off because it's photopolymer, super easy to line up. So I have, oops, it stuck to my fingernail. So I have just kind of that light inside added. Let's see if the camera picks that up. There we go. And then with the bigger butterfly, same thing, just kind of a bigger inside filler. So I'm gonna ink that up with gray granite, stamp it off to get some of the ink off. And then with it being photopolymer, super easy to line up. And you can see that color combination there too. And then I have a large and a small body of these little butterflies. And there's one that's a little bit of a larger bottom piece there. Very easy to line up these little gadgets on here too. And it just makes the butterfly look complete. So you might go, do I have to do that? And then I want to point out too, I suggest punching them out before you add that body piece because that's really going to give you a good frame to know where to put that piece. Okay, so I think we have all the stamping done. And so next I am going to just do my assembly. This is all ready to go. And so we're going to just tape over that boo-boo in the back. And hopefully you don't get this card in the mail from me and want to tear it apart and see if that's the card used in the demonstration. Just kidding. I love how so many of you always say Stampin' Up! Has special paper. If it doesn't turn out on one side, you flip it over and stamp on the other side, and that works great. It is special that way. Okay, so this one I'm just layering on gray granite. So that measurement's going to be 3 inches by 4.5 of gray granite, and that's just going to give it a nice base so that it doesn't get lost on that textured background here. And then I'm just going to go ahead with another layer of adhesive here, like so. Oops, of that seal. And I'm going to just offset that a little bit in the corner, not directly centered on the card. But I just love how that gray granite really just kind of centers, or not centers, but grounds the card and takes away some of the brightness. If this would be a sympathy card, you don't want something too bright and such. And I think that color just kind of adds that nice neutral base that it needs to. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for joining in. So next I'm going to put my butterfly on, and I'm just going to take and put, let's see, dimensional here and here on the back side of my butterfly, making sure it doesn't show at all in the creases of these wings here. So I was able to get a couple squeezed on, and you still can kind of make it look like it's doing a little bit of a flight pattern, like so. And then this little guy is too little to put any kind of regular dimensional on. So I'm going to grab one of the mini dimensional, super tiny, and I'm just going to, often I pull off the top before I even put it on my project, but then sometimes it comes right off. So there we go. Oh, Stephanie, that is a very nice compliment. She said that she could sit and watch me make cards all day long. That's super sweet of you. Some days I feel like, are you ever tired of me watching cards? Because you must think, is that all I do all day long? You would be amazed if you knew what I all did today. I went shopping with my daughter-in-law about an hour away. We got some supplies for harvest, and I already had my therapy appointment at the hospital for my wrist that I've been crafting too much with, and time to make a card, post my card, and then it'll be time to run out to the field and maybe even make supper for the guys. We'll see if I even have time for that. Okay, so here is the completed card. So Stephanie, your words today are just what I needed to hear. So I love that, just having this little bit of gray granite in the leaves of our the wings of the butterflies, of the big and the small here, and just kind of popping that up. If you mail it, it probably won't look quite that fluffy by the time it gets to them, but they can refluff it when they get it. But I love how that color really pops and ties in with these little elements here, the underside of this, and then that backing too. So it almost looks like kind of that postcard look of a lot of texture. And often I don't feel like I do that look of kind of the grunge look very well. So, if you don't like it, it's because I just don't do that style too well all the time. But often you guys say that you are in need of sympathy cards, so I thought today would also help fill that need. I'm not putting any extra accessories or bling. There's some cute butterfly gems from yesterday, and they're in the annual catalog. You could actually maybe add one or two or something here or there on there, but I just kind of wanted to leave it plain. And then for the inside, you guys know I kind of like to always add that inside piece. Highland Heather is a pretty light color of cardstock, so that could easily just be left on the inside, because I think your writing would show up easily on there. And wasn't sure, I still need to do a little thinking. I feel like today I wasn't quite as prepared, so I'm not sure for the inside if I want to put, sometimes there are no words. That really goes well with a lot of occasions that you might send this card. And also know that I love and care about you. Sometimes that can be a little too much to say to people. And so this one too, sending you a paper hug, is kind of a nice one too. So I think I'm going to put one or the other of those when I make up these cards to get out to you for virtual stamp camp bundles. So I think that's it for the card. Let me get this turned around here. Okay, so thank you for joining in. I can't believe that it's card number 10. It feels like it should be Friday because it's like the last card of the package of 10. So how you get my cards for September's virtual stamp camp is that you can say, hey Belle, I want the 10 cards, and then it's $22, and that will get you the 10 cards. Or if you go, you know, I want to order, which brings up a point. So Lisa contacted me just a little while ago, and she said, I really want to order. Can I still order like tomorrow, because that big sale's tomorrow? And I always kind of have this soft deadline of around the 20th or so to let me know, or place your order so I'll know how many cards to make, so that it's not September 30th and I get 10 more orders and have to make two, you know, like that'd be 110 times 10, 100 more cards, like quick overnight or something. So that helps me in knowing. But with the stamp sale tomorrow, know that you'll have throughout the end of like this week to let me know if you want to. And you know me, I'm kind of a softie, so if you decide to order and use the code for September's virtual stamp camp, it'll probably work and you'll probably get the cards from me. So I see my husband pulling up. I'm gonna sign off. I might not get this card uploaded right away, but as soon as I can, I will, and that will list all of the supplies needed. And it might be a surprise, I might get time to upload the card. I never know at this time of year. So just be on the lookout. If you don't want to look through the whole video to see again what I used, I will be posting that later. So have a great rest of your day, and don't forget tomorrow's stamp sale and then the upcoming paper sale. And otherwise, I won't see you guys on here live until October 1st unless somebody comes up with a virtual party plan for me to do for them. Thanks a lot.